5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi! I'm Logan, this is Sav, and we're back again with another can't eat onions recipe video. Not just a video, it's a recipe video.
A recipe video!
And tonight we are making Hasselback potatoes and boeuf bourguignon.
Making boeuf bourguignon. Bourguignon. Boeuf bourguignon. Boeuf bourguignon.
It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
Julio, let's get the cutting. Ba-ding dong ding. I gotta peel these first. Hold it at a slant. So this is the last carrot that we're gonna be cutting. All right, just some even pieces of carrot. Beautiful. You don't like the smell of that?
I mean, it smells good and all.
Smell that, like honestly. You're not gonna smell it? I literally put it.
I thought you were making the camera smell it.
Oh, I thought you tell people to smell it. Yeah, y'all can smell it too, but nah. All right, I'm gonna give this a quick rinse.
Rinse the celery.
We're not gonna be using the leaves of the celery ribs. Ribs of celery? I don't know. We're not gonna be using the leaves.
I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna get some nice, not too thick pieces of celery. These are the last bits.
We got carrots.
And
Then
we got
we
our
put
celery. So
inside.
two stalks. It's not two. Is it ribs or stalks? Damn it!
I think
It's stalks or
it's
ribs.
stalks.
Ribs?
Celery
Oh,
stalks?
Celery ribs?
Where did you get ribs from?
That's the thing.
I think it's a thing.
Did you make it?
No.
Or is it?
Action!
Go!
Action! Like a movie.
Action!
Movie star. All right. Next is. It's harder than you think. It's not like a normal thing to catch. All right, next is the fennel bulb. My favorite way to kind of get the same textures and somewhat of the same flavor as an onion, at least when it's sweat down and it's made, kind of translucent, it gets that same sweetness when you cook down a fennel bulb that's been diced up. And it does have somewhat of that anise flavor, so it can have that bite to it. Obviously not as strong as the onion is, but this stuff is good. So most of the time people just use the top part of the fennel, but that's pretty good.
We're just gonna cut off the base there, cut it in half, and then similar to like if you were dealing with a cabbage, we have to cut out the core. We're gonna do the same thing with this fennel bulb. So all we're gonna do is we're kind of just gonna make a triangle shape right down the center here. And we're just gonna work that core right out. And there you go. I'm just gonna be dicing it so it's easier, obviously when it's thinner.
I swear I do this every single time we stream, like so many times.
You do what?
Cut up fennel bulb. It's like a regular occurrence.
We eat it all the time.
Yeah, we really do substitute it for in place of onion a lot. And it's more or less, guys, it's not really so much as I was saying. The flavor is obviously not gonna taste like an onion, but it's the sweetness and the texture that really gets it there. When you like little pieces of onion, we miss it a lot. Well, I miss it. Savannah can eat it when she wants to, but not with me. And I miss the texture of onion. Also the look too. Maybe you could say it's tricking my mind into believing I'm eating onion. Is that possible? Huh? Let us do the bacon. So I put the bacon inside the freezer because I wanted it to get nice and hard, so it'd be easier for me to dice it up, essentially. Damn. It's gonna be easier for us to dice up the bacon because we put it in the freezer for like what, 20 minutes?
Sure. I don't know.
Now I'm only gonna need.
All of it. We
No,
always need
Savannah,
all of
how
the
much was it? I actually need to know.
Okay, so we need about 4 ounces of bacon, and I think I got like 5 slices here, which is probably more than that, but maybe like a slice over or a slice and a half, so not be that bad. So let's get to it.
Just go ahead and kind of dice it up as best as you can. Bacon tends to be a little bit more difficult to do. there you go.
Okay, now it's time for cutting up the beef shoulder. So we end up getting like 2.5 pounds. I'm not gonna be using all that. This recipe is pretty much only needs about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. So I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna work with that.
Just gonna cut it into about 1-inch cubes. Probably a little bit smaller than that actually. I'm just gonna keep that going. If we do need to cut out any big pieces of fat, we'll do that. All right, so let's go ahead. We can start with this one. Nice. There we go. Some nice pieces. Rest that to the side.
Salt, pepper, and flour. So we're going to be putting all 3 of those in together. The flour is going to also help thicken up the, I say not really quite a roux, but the gravy, the stew essentially, and also allow us when we start to brown all the bits of beef before we actually start the whole process of pressure cooking it. It's going to get nice little crisp parts from that that flour. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put all these inside there.
All right.
Exactly, to help scooping.
We're gonna just sprinkle the salt. How much more salt?
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna sprinkle salt. Good?
Yeah, put some black pepper. I'll do some more, probably, but.
I'm just gonna pepper it. And then throw on a little bit of flour. All of it?
Mm-hmm.
You had to, are you doing mix?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna mix it together. I
Get
have
it
no
nice and
idea
coated.
what this does.
I just told you didn't hear me?
No, I tried
I was telling you how it likes to get nice and crispy when you brown the edges.
Oh.
Also helps to thicken the roux or the gravy or the stew.
I actually don't listen to the words. I just
hear
look
that.
at the recording, and that's what I'm focused on. Nicely coat the beef. The boeuf, okay?
What are you doing?
1, 2,
Oh my gosh.
3,
All right, here we go.
4 potatoes!
Yeah, 4 potatoes. Lana has so kindly provided me with the potatoes. We're gonna start on our Hasselback potato. So we got our oven preheating at 425 right now. We're gonna wanna do this for at least 30 minutes, or at least put it in the oven for at least 30 minutes before we start the process of pressure cooking everything for the boeuf bourguignon. Because these take about 1 hour, 15 minutes, and that only takes 35 minutes in the Instant Pot with a 10-minute release. So we're gonna time it, 30 minutes cooking, start the Instant Pot, 45 minutes from start to finish of the Instant Pot. And there you go, everything's done at the same time. So to do the Hasselback potatoes, you have to make very thin cuts throughout the potato without going all the way through. And then we're gonna take about 4 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna brush that into all the crevices of those potatoes. We're gonna put it inside a nice baking dish, and we're gonna cover it with some salt and some pepper, and we're gonna throw it in there. So let's go ahead and get started.
So we're gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes.
Logan. I got the pot. The Instant Pot.
Alrighty, after Savannah has retrieved the Instant Pot, you're gonna go ahead and plug it in, and we're gonna start off with the saute function, because remember, we're gonna be rendering the fat down from the bacon first. We're gonna be using the oils from that to pretty much do everything else. So stay tuned.
Just render, render, stir, stir, stir. Oh my goodness gracious me. So we're gonna put that. Ow, I oiled myself.
Start measuring out everything that I need. I've had this wine before, I'm sure. Not only that. Oh, it's a cork. Okay, fancy.
Not know how to. What do you mean? How do you pop it open? It's not champagne.
All right, for non-drinking purposes, JK, I'm gonna have a glass after I finish measuring off 1 1/4 cups. We got some Pinot Noir. We didn't get any fancy one. This actually was on sale for like, I think $9. So it's not that expensive. Cool stuff. Glug, 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 glug. 2 shots of vodka. I need 1 1/4 cup. Here we go. Let me go ahead and just get off all these leaves. Savannah's favorite part.
I hate it. I actually hate it.
And we're just gonna cut up some parsley, guys. We're gonna be using this as garnish for the HASSELBACK potatoes and for the BOEUF bourguignon. And just go ahead and cut it up too much, don't bruise it. Just make sure that it's cut evenly.
All right, so here we have it. All of the ingredients for the BOEUF bourguignon.
Bacon fat is just gonna make it taste oh so much better. You're gonna wanna do it in batches though. Don't overcrowd it. Ahead and add the 1 cup of beef broth in there. Just kind of use that to help get all the brown bits off the bottom there. And this is where BOEUF bourguignon gets
Dark and beautiful.
Alright. That was terrible.
It's okay.
That was so bad. I should use a spoon. It's not coming off. I don't know what to do.
Now you just let you murder the tomato paste.
Oh wow. Now we gotta put it back in for another 30 to 40 minutes just until they're fully cooked. But that should be the last step there, guys. All right, everybody, so this is pretty much done. Now,
Finally.
you can't wait for it to naturally release. It's up to you. A 10-minute natural release is fine, then release all the excess pressure.
Yeah.
Or you could do a quick release. 35 minutes in a pressure cooker for that kind of cut of beef is still gonna be pretty tender.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead, since we're hungry as hell, and we're gonna release the pressure quickly.
Quick release.
So all the pressure has been released. We're gonna go ahead and set it to the side, and we're gonna pull those Hasselback potatoes out of the oven.
Well, there you have it, guys. For details on exactly how you can recreate this amazing dish, check the description below for time-stamped step-by-step instructions. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel with those post notifications on.
If you'd like to see more of us, check us out on twitch.tv/can'teatonions weekdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And to see great pictures of all the food we make and the food you'll get to see soon, you can check us out on Instagram.com/can'teatonions. See you soon.